is. Okay. 80% of the population in Germany has been against Israel's action in Gaza for a year now. Our politicians are deaf. I know. Not only are the politicians deaf, they're not even deaf. They hear the calls, brother. They hear the calls. And their reaction to hearing the calls is literally to forcibly suppress those calls. You got to hear the calls first to be able to forcibly suppress them. You know what I mean? So make no mistake when people say, "Oh, they're deaf to our cries." Like, nah, they're not deaf. They hear it loud and clear. They just want you to shut the fuck up. How many images have we seen of like? Did you go to the free zoo? No. ATL dancing? Yeah, no, we're not doing that. It's because I got a BBL, chat. That's what happened. Get rid of the brass knuckles before the airport. It's not brass. It's literally fucking. It's plastic. So I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it with me and see if I can bring it on the plane. I think it should be fine. I don't know if there's gonna be any issues with that because, like I said, it's plastic. It's not. It's nothing. Yeah, here it is. Oh my God, they caught me. Look at this. Those two girls. Look at their faces, dude. That man, just shame. Experiencing levels of shame never before seen. And then these two girls. That's crazy. You've hit a great... No. Okay, thank you. You've hit a great run of interesting... Bro, this is how you look like with those pants on? Hell yeah. Hot, you mean? Thank you. I agree. Please do the loop next time. Please. She's spitting? What is this?
Oh, she's spitting. Look.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. It's not, can you wash your hands when you get back from the outside things? Oh my God, your name is Grandma Take Me Home. You're literally grandma. That's like some grandmother ass advice. I mean, it's not bad advice. I'm going to do that. Malort is wormweed. Absinthe is brewing with it too. It's supposed to be bitter. It's just disgusting. I don't know why people do that. I don't know why people do that to themselves, let alone to another person. Anyway. All right, let's get to world leaders condemn Israel for... I think I'm going to end it here because we have to hit the... We're going to hit traffic to go to the airport. So this is a short half day, like literal half day stream. 5 hours. I love you guys. I'll be live tomorrow, I hope. But I'm back. I mean, I think so. I think I'm going to be live tomorrow. But wanted to show you a little bit of a different experience on the weekend, you know? Are you not going to casting? No, man, I'm flying out. What the fuck? I told you. That's why I can't go to Cat's thing, because I'm flying. I'm flying back. My mom's birthday. Anyway, love you guys. And that'll be all for today. Yeah. We got to still pack up over here. And what the fuck? What the hell? All right. Anyway, like I said, we there's a lot going on. Oh, But I hope you guys enjoy Chicago. I certainly did. Peace, everybody. Shouts out the march. Nazi-ass German police just beating the fuck out of protesters and arresting them.
Towards Israel, how big of a deal is it? How much of an impact can it make at this stage in the war?
This will be a major psychological blow to Israel. Germany has been one of Israel's staunchest supporters over the past 80 years. I mean, basically going back to the foundation of the post-war state in 1949, supporting Israel's right to exist has been, as Friedrich Merz himself said back in June, just before the NATO meeting, a reason of state, a raison d'etat, he said. And the war guilt that has existed in Germany for many years over the Nazi genocide, the final solution they attempted to bring to the...
Interesting. So you don't have any issues calling the Holocaust a genocide. So I guess you just got to wait for the finality, you know? Because they just keep calling what Israel's doing a war. So it led me to assume that they just don't know the term genocide. But here he is using the term. Interesting. So they do know it. It's just they're not applying it.
Jewish people has driven German policy for years. Now it's quite apparent.
I'm watching today's VOD, and why are you so dismissive? I don't know why they were chirping last week when I was at plans. I had POC on my stream. Like, we literally used the Jam Boys present on your stream, the shield of criticism. Do you think that there's a certain point where you have to realize that, like, I'm friends with a lot of people and that this is perhaps like the most psychotic interpretation that you could have ever fucking imagined? Okay. And then you hit a buy at the end of it too. There's got to be a point where you go, fuck, I actually was wrong. Like, I actually was being a fucking weirdo, but instead you chose, you know what you chose to do? And then immediately there's dumb fucks. They go, they're kind of right, to be honest. Okay, you know what? I'm going to ban all of them. Okay, there it is. Fucking bozos. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Anyone else want it? Who else wants it? Who else wants it? Who else? Bro, you know you can't make everyone like you. Do your thing. No, I know. But if that's the type of shit if that's the type of time they're on, then why are you banning Hasan? Don't ask questions like that. Let's keep going.
Israel has stepped over a red line. There's been growing public dismay at what's been going on in Gaza, people seeing starving children, innocent civilians being shot or blown apart by bombs every day for months and months now. And finally, it looks like the German government has really taken a massive step in German terms and said, that's enough. We agree with Israel's aims to disarm Hamas. We agree that they should release the hostages. But as Friedrich Merz said, the German government believes that even tougher military action in the Gaza Strip decided upon by the Israeli cabinet last night makes it increasingly difficult to see how those goals can be achieved. And he added, under these circumstances, the German government will not approve any exports of military equipment.
The Jewish Voice for Peace is considered an extremist organization in Germany, is monitored by the secret police. See, this is the type of stuff that I don't understand. Because, like, on the one hand, they're doing this stuff where they're like, you know what? Okay, maybe the people have a point, right? maybe we should, I don't know, scale back on the weapons that we're sending to Israel because they're doing genocide with them. But then also on the other hand, they're still repressing as aggressively as possible any person that looks at the situation and calls it out for what it actually is. That's what really weirds me out about it. Like, on the one hand, Keir Starmer, also known as Kid Starver, is like, yeah, we're going to do Palestinian state recognition. On the other hand, they prescribed Palestine Action as a terrorist organization and literally arrested hundreds of people just the other day in England for the crime of protesting against Israel's genocide. So what is it? It just like doesn't make sense. On the one hand, you're arresting these motherfuckers. On the other hand, you're like, but they're right. These people that we're arresting, they're actually right. And we should take some action. It's just we don't like their vibes. And we don't like how forceful they are with these demands. It genuinely feels like, yeah, 450 people were arrested in London today. Okay? 400. London police arrest 150. This is from 6 hours ago. I think there's more now. I've heard numbers that range from 300 to 450. Okay? And it's like, what are we doing? On the one hand, they're like, hey guys, your protests are working. Your protests are working. You see? You made us do something on Israel. But shut the fuck up. Otherwise, you're gonna get clapped. Look at this dangerous terrorist arrested. Let me guess, a grandma. Oh, it's a disabled blind man in a wheelchair. That's crazy. That's like the guy that you are not supposed to arrest, bro. If you want to look like a decent force, if you want to look like a decent force for good, an elderly blind person in a wheelchair is like the last guy, optics wise, this is the last guy you want to arrest. Someone said he's had it too good for too long. Fuck him. So you're saying old blonde wheelchair guys should have free reign to terrorize all society? Yes. Unironically, dude. What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, I know you're joking. But like low key, yes, bro. Yes. Oh, there it is. 81-year-old woman was arrested by the Metropolitan Police during a protest in Parliament Square, London, for holding a placard in support of Palestine Action. The demonstration led to 365 arrests as protesters challenged the government's decision to ban the organization. Bro, they can't even walk her. Okay? They can't even walk her straight. Like, they literally cannot walk her properly. That's how old she is. Oh my God. At some point, you got to be like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, if you're a cop that's doing that, you have to just literally be like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, you have no free will. You're not like... They let far-right protesters go in England today with no arrest? Oh, for sure. Bro, they barely fucking made arrests when dudes were like throwing Molotov cocktails at a hotel where migrants were staying at. They made like a couple arrests for I guess like the people that agitated online. The amount of apprehension you see at anti-Israel protests if that was stable and adjusted to the crimes that are being committed, right-wingers would be getting shot by the cops, okay? They are literally like firebombing mosques and shit in England. There was people forget, like, there was a pogrom, an unsuccessful, failed pogrom that took place in England right after the Labour victory. Like, they did that. There was like the Rwandan teenager who like stabbed those little girls. And everyone was like, oh, this is like I mean, he was Rwandan British, right? Like he was an English citizen, right? He was a British citizen. But they were like, oh, he's, this is a Muslim terrorist refugee. And then all hell broke loose. They were like, oh, we got to kill every migrant we can. And people were like, oh, they're staying at this hotel. They're staying at that hotel. People were going to the hotels that they suspected migrants were staying at and firebombing it. Yeah, he was Welsh. He's in Wales. Thank God they're fucking too stupid to actually successfully pull off a goddamn pogrom. Like, it was crazy. That didn't stop him from trying, though. You got fucking straight lynch mobs. Meanwhile, this is the level of attention that we afford to grandmothers who hold up Palestine action placards. Good. Oh my God, look how scary she is, bro. Look at how scary she is. You don't understand. This is the face of terror. A lot of you are demanding this criminal not go to prison for 14 years, which is the charge, by the way. That is, if you get convicted of supporting a prescribed terror organization, which they have added Palestine Action to, you can go to prison for 14 years. That's a death sentence? I mean, yeah, if 100%. Like, this is crazy, man. Every single person that's involved in this should feel a deep sense of shame for participating in this fucking idiotic song and dance, dude. Let her go! Let her go! Let her go! Clearly, she's been paid by Hamas. Yeah. Leader of the UKIP. He's doing a Nazi salute at the end, by the way. Fucking Poundland Mosey. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, you can't anymore. It's like Ausländer raus is what it means now. Sorry. You can't enjoy that song anymore. Bro even has the armband, dude. That's crazy. He even has the armband. Wonderful contribution to the world from us has been the fucking lame ass Trump dance. These motherfuckers they do the lame ass Trump dance and then the fucking Sig Heil. Great stuff, man. These guys are way, way too comfortable. Something's got to change. Yeah. 80-year-old grandma gets arrested for supporting Palestine Action. For supporting Palestine Action, which is on the right side against the genocide that Israel is committing. Meanwhile, you got people in UKIP doing Nazi salutes, but hey, that's not a dangerous, scary terror organization like the fucking Palestine Action people are, you know? It's so cooked. is so fucking cooked. It sucks so bad. All right. The most like obvious fucking crimes against humanity. I'm gonna go wash my hands and pee real quick.
Now, international opposition continues to grow over Israel's decision to take over Gaza City, with the UN Security Council set to hold an emergency meeting on Sunday. The Secretary General called the military escalation dangerous, saying that it risks many lives, including those of the remaining Israeli hostages. The foreign ministers of Britain, Italy, Germany, Australia and New Zealand issued a joint statement strongly rejecting Mr. Netanyahu's plan to expand the war in Gaza. They said it will aggravate the catastrophic humanitarian situation, endanger the lives of the hostages and further risk the mass displacement of civilians, adding any attempts at annexation or of settlement extension violate international law. Now, Israel has defended the decision to escalate its military expansion in Gaza, with the Defense Minister, Israel Katz, saying international partners who condemned Israel would not weaken their resolve to defeat Hamas. Now, currently, Israeli forces have control of around 75% of the territory. The new plan is to take over Gaza City, home to around 1 million Palestinians. Let me just show you the satellite picture, which shows the density of the area 2 years ago. This image, though, was taken recently, and it shows some parts completely destroyed in this war, while others remain largely intact. Now, Israel doesn't allow international journalists, including the BBC, into Gaza, so we have to rely on trusted freelancers within the territory. John Donaldson, then, has sent this report from Jerusalem.
Homeless and hungry, Gazans woke up to the news today that this war is far from over. As if they needed telling. More Israeli airstrikes, and in Gaza City, the threat of another ground invasion. What is the point of a ground invasion? Nafez Ajour argues. There's nothing left that you haven't wiped out. There's nothing left, and there's no food either. With many already living in tents, under Benjamin Netanyahu's plan, up to 1 million people here will be ordered to flee for the umpteenth time.
Gaza City is not safe. The north is not safe. Where should we go? Do we throw ourselves into the sea?
For Gazans, the destruction and the suffering is endless. Just 50 miles away, but a world apart in Jerusalem, Israelis were stocking up for the weekend. Hundreds of thousands of troops will be needed to capture Gaza City, but the people we spoke to here said there was no choice.
What's the alternative? What should they do instead? Have we tried making deals? Yes. It's not doing anything. Has there still...
Dude, I love hearing the fucking organic Middle Eastern, like, Levant accent in real time. I love that. Like, what's the alternative? It's crazy. Hitler Youth is right, 100%. It's just like fucking insane. It's so ass, dude. They're on Birthright. See the lanyards. Oh my God. Oh my God. Bro, who the fuck does Birthright in the middle? Like Birthright in general is already like fucked up. But they were like, oh, now is the time to do it. You know what I mean? Better late than never, I guess. Like right at the fucking heat of the genocide. That's something that's going to live with you forever, you know? Native of East Palestine, Ohio.
Attacks? Yes. Has there still been casualties on both sides? Yes. So it needs to be finished. That's it.
We need to finish now all the terror. If the name is Hamas, now we must.
Dude, that's so funny. Like this dude is a unk, bro. He looks identical to like half of the fucking Uber drivers we met today. Like, is so crazy. You know he's Arab too. I mean Jewish, but Arab Jewish. That's not an unk, that's a Nazi. No, I'm just saying that like this is the insidious nature of fascist ideology. You know, you got unks, Arab unks, advocating for the wholesale slaughter of dudes that look exactly like him over an imaginary boundary that was fucking placed. Like, there ain't no way you'd know until he opened his mouth. You would never know.
Not need. We must now.
This decision by the Prime Minister is divisive. We found plenty of people here who back him, but polls show the majority of Israel.
Arab is not a race. We do not claim these people. They are not Arab. Stop saying they're Arab. It's revolting, frankly. I mean, they literally are. What are you talking about? They're from fucking Arab countries. They just happen to be Jewish. And now they're advocating for the fucking ethnic slaughter of all Arabs, all Palestinians, but just Arabs as a whole, really.
Israelis think the best way to get the remaining hostages home is ending the war and a ceasefire deal. So this decision is a gamble.
Again this weekend, there will be mass protests by hostage families and their supporters. Many argue that if their loved ones don't get out of Gaza alive, their Prime Minister will be partly to blame. John Donnison, BBC News, Jerusalem.
OK, let's speak to Joel Onyeke, who is Head of Operations in Gaza for Save the Children. Joel, hello, welcome to the programme. First off, what's your reaction to...
Also, chatters need to calm down. That person is Arab. The person who's reacting is like me saying, is like a Latino person responding to me, being like, Nicolas Fuentes is not Latino, bro. He's not Hispanic. Call him something else. He's not one of us. That's basically it, okay? Everybody needs to understand. That's what that person is saying. And it's like, I mean, they are literally, they are, like that dude is 100% an Arab Jew, right? 100%. And without like hearing him speak, you would just not know.
The plan by Israel to take control of Gaza City. What are the implications for your team on the ground?
Well, we know what military expansion and military occupation means for Palestinian children. We have seen military expansions in Gaza over the past 2 years, as well as military occupation, and we know the harm, that children face as a consequence of that. I think what we currently need in Gaza is a definitive ceasefire in place. Children in Gaza have been paying, the highest price for this unrelenting war that they have played no part in. Many children have been killed by bombs and bullets, and at a very unprecedented rate. And children have lost their homes, loved ones, and the safety of which they have a right to. They are dying of hunger and diseases, and the same applies to even my colleagues on the ground here. I think what we actually need more than ever is a definitive ceasefire in Gaza.
You say that children are paying the highest price. Just remind us why it is children, this segment of the population, of which we're seeing some of the worst fatalities. What is it about the population in Gaza?
Yeah, children are particularly vulnerable to the effects of explosive weapons. Their bodies are oftentimes thrown harder and further away by the blast. Their bones,
That's such a crazy... I get what he's saying, but it's like a crazy statement to even hear,
Bend more. This also increases the chance of long-term disabilities for children. They have, less blood to give or to lose, and they are very unlikely to see medical or special care given the decimated health systems within Gaza currently. So speaking from that perspective is why I flag children, and working for an organization that is centered around children. We hear the cries of these children. We see the mental, impact of the war on them. We see the level of malnutrition. We see the level of hunger on the ground, and children, once again, are the most impacted.
I don't know if you caught the report that we played just before I came to speak to you, Joel, and there was a lady there saying, where should we go? Should we throw ourselves in the sea? Where are people going? It's a shame. I think we've lost Joel there for a moment. We will, if we can, go back to him, but we seem to have lost that connection. In the meantime, we're going to stay within the region and speak to our correspondent in Jerusalem, Amir Nada, who joins us now. Amir, I was just referring there to John Donaldson's report, and he'd mentioned how divisive this particular part of the war and the plan by Mr. Netanyahu has been in the country. Just expand that for us, if you could.
Well, in the run-up to the decision, we saw this rare outburst of serving and indeed former security officials, military chiefs, calling on Prime Minister Netanyahu not to make this decision to go into the Gaza city, to conquer it, to force out 1 million Palestinians. We saw them mostly articulate that in the form of the danger that it could pose to hostages. We saw over 500 former security chiefs talk about the damage that it could also cause to Israel's reputation internationally. Opposition leaders have said the same thing, talking about the possibility that Israeli hostages are being held around Gaza.
There's a poll that was conducted by RMG August 5th, 2025. If Netanyahu visits the U.S., should the U.S. arrest him? 46% said yes, 32% said no, 22% unsure. We got a lot of work to do, folks. That 22% needs to be, that 22% needs to go up to the yes bracket ASAP.
It's believed that's the case. Their lives could be in danger. We know that Hamas previously has said that should Israeli troops come near to places that Israeli captives are being held, that their captors have been given orders to execute them. Hostage families are, of course, extremely distressed, saying that this plan is essentially a death sentence for their families, for their relatives who remain captive in the Gaza Strip. Then the announcement came yesterday morning, and we saw from the chief of staff of the Israeli military, who had, it was widely known, had been a vocal critic of the plan. We saw him publicly stating that there is now unity with the government. The Israeli military will carry out this plan. They presented this unified front. And we've seen the government really reassert and sort of double down on its language, hardening its language in the face of so much international and indeed domestic criticism. With the Minister of Defense yesterday evening.
Channel 12 said that they need 250,000 reservists to permanently militarily occupy the Gaza Strip. 250,000. They're so cooked. First of all, only 30% is habitable. Only 30% of the strip is even habitable, okay? The rest of the strip is completely destroyed. But even then, 250,000, like, they don't have that. They, I don't think, have the capabilities of maintaining interior security, an occupation in the West Bank, and an occupation in Gaza, especially with the militant resistance that already exists, the network of resistance that already exists in Gaza after a decade plus of infrastructure development of the sort. So if they can't do it, I guess it's anti-Semitic if we don't. If we don't actually draft to send some American troops over there, you know what I mean? Some real anti-Semitic statements coming out of people who say, like, oh, we can't, I don't want to go and fucking serve in Israel. What the hell? For Israel's genocidal occupation. Unacceptable. You know?
saying that all of this condemnation internally, externally, the threats of sanctions on Israel, none of this will weaken our resolve. So there isn't really any sense that this huge international pressure on Israel and on Prime Minister Netanyahu's government will do anything to shift their thinking over this very dramatic and severe plan that they've announced.
Okay. Amir, Nada, thank you very much for that. Thank you.
The announcement also sparking a series of reactions from the international community. Germany saying that it will actually be suspending arm exports to Israel for use in Gaza, with calls growing from numerous European and Middle Eastern nations for Israel to simply scrap the plan altogether. For more on Germany's announcement, then, we're going to cross to our correspondent in Berlin, Nick Holdsworth. Hi, Nick. So, I mean, this marks a pretty significant reversal of German policy.
I'm confused. I thought Germany wasn't actually giving weapons to Israel. What happened? I guess they were, huh? How did Germany outflank AOC? I mean, AOC doesn't want offensive weapons going to Israel either, and Germany doesn't, I guess, provide defensive weapons. So they're suspending arms exports because it's all offensive weapons anyway. If that's what you, I mean, that's most likely the equation here, you know? But it doesn't matter. Germany fucking saying, which, by the way, that's a distinction without a difference for me. Okay, I don't think that matters, right? But I will say the fact that even Germany, the biggest Israel dick riding nation out of all the nations, with the exception of America, the fact that Germany is also hitting the, this is a bit much, I think. I mean, it's over. It's so done, dude. It's so over. What's happening? Why isn't this working? Oh, here it is.
My friends came from New York last year and they were really curious. They wanted to visit our block. We went there, we stayed there for an hour.
And they were like, we're done? This is
Yeah,
that's all they needed to see, huh?
Yeah.
Bro, your friends from Pakistan?
From New York.
Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like there's worse places in Pakistan. There's worse places in Turkey.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's not.
Alright, man.
Alright, have a good one, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm thinking you knew y'all, bro.
What's going on? What's going on?
What's y'all shooting?
Streaming on Twitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Y'all watch Twitch?
Yeah.
Who do you watch?
So I have a friend, I do music videos and stuff like that. I have a friend named Zach Hurt.
Zach Hurt?
Yeah. Zach Hurt. He got a lot of music videos for a lot of big artists and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice
to meet you guys.
Y'all be easy.
Ooh. What a day.
What a day.
So what should we do? I mean, we got like, what, an hour?
Yeah, an hour, yeah. I'm gonna pack. So I'm gonna pack.
Okay. Okay, put the
Camera on the thing.
Put the camera on, go pack, and then by the time we get down, we'll probably have to dismantle it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, uh-oh.
I have.
There's someone in here.
Oh.
Wait, what the hell? What the hell? Uh-oh. Hello? Oh. Hi.
Hi. Mind if we
We're
come
back.
in?
You don't have to do the rest of it. Is that all right? You don't have to do the rest of it right now because we're going to be packing to leave. Anyway. Is that okay? All right, thank you.
You want to flip it?
What?
You gotta flip it.
Yeah, right now. Boom. Yeah. No, I flipped it. Yo, there's still people saying happy partner anniversary. That's crazy. It's crazy. I'm putting up DND Omega Law. Okay, calm down. It's Malert, not Malort. How do you like it when people say donor instead of donat? I don't care when people do that. And also, I mean, I've never heard a Chicago person call it Malert. Malert. What is it? What is it? Some fucking Scandinavian shit, probably. I assume. Right? You didn't go to the DSA today? No. We did. We briefly stopped by. If you didn't go under the bean, you didn't do the bean, brother. Dude. I licked it. Okay? Me and the bean are fucking acquainted, which means it's over. I kissed it, dude. Fucking kissed that shit. All right, boom, perfect. Yeah. All right. This is the Fab Top house? No, it's not the Fab Top. I'm telling you, the Malort is worse than the fucking bean, bro. What if I get mad sick? You know you have 30 minutes, Law. What, for what? To check out? Is that what you think? 2 chicks watched you lick with disgust? The creator of Malört was a Swedish immigrant. I tweeted about it. What the fuck is this? Bro, y'all are fucking crazy. What is this, bro? What the hell is this? Y'all are nasty for this. Did you find Kat Abu? No, I didn't, unfortunately, because she was like way up north from where we were at, and they just kept traveling further and further up north. So we weren't able to. The Superman. Bro, is that Godzilla's dick and balls? That's gross.